Guitarist Ace Frehley, one of the founding members of the rock group Kiss, has died. He was 74.
Ace Frehley's funeral attracted attention from across the music community. But among the large crowd, only one guest appeared, surprising everyone. His presence broke all expectations, creating a tense atmosphere and reminding of the complicated relationships and events that had lasted throughout Ace's life. From his glorious years with Kiss to his solo career and personal decisions, Ace Frehley always followed his own path. The appearance of this unexpected guest brought a new perspective, revealing secrets and tensions that had been simmering for many years, opening up plots that made the audience follow every development. Ace Frehley's funeral in Morristown, New Jersey, immediately became the center of attention of the rock community and the media. The legendary rocker passed away after suffering a serious health incident, ending more than 50 years of career associated with Kiss and solo projects.
In the summer of '83, there's a reason I remember it well. I was slipping and sliding.
The event brought together important figures in his life, from relatives to former bandmates. But the moment that shocked the entire funeral was the sole appearance of Gene Simmons, who was confirmed to be the only surprise guest at the ceremony. Simmons' presence immediately created a climax in the entire funeral. The relationship between Ace and Simmons had been tense for many years, spanning disputes over benefits tours and contracts. But this event marked an important turning point in that relationship. Simmons, in a brief speech at the funeral, emphasized Ace was always an unpredictable person, but his talent and honesty overcame everything. He also added, "We argued, we got angry, but Ace always kept the music at the center of everything. I learned a lot from how he stuck to himself." Another quote from Simmons, recorded in a previous interview, emphasized, "Ace never compromised his music or himself, and that's what made him who he is, and that's what I've always respected." These words were quickly picked up by reporters as a testament to the complex but deep feelings between the two, and also a reflection of Ace's defining role in Kiss's career and their personal lives. Peter Criss, former drummer for Kiss and close ally of Ace, was present at the funeral to attest to his musical journey and long-standing relationship with Ace. Criss said Ace always did things his way. He was independent and outspoken. That sometimes caused tension, but it was the most important part of his career. This underscored the unique character that created both success and conflict in Ace's life. Ace's family, including daughter Monique Frehley, also attended the funeral and gave emotional speeches about her father's musical legacy. "My father lived and worked his own way," Monique said. "Music was his life, and what he left behind for all of us." These words reflected Ace's closeness to his family and underscored the importance of music in his life. The ceremony also saw the presence of longtime manager Larry Libman, who was in charge of tour planning and contract management for many years. Libman described Ace as a determined artist. "He always wanted things his own way, and I respect that." Today's ceremony is a testament to his career and who he was. These words emphasize that the funeral was not just a memorial event, but also a synthesis of his legacy, relationships, and conflicts that had lasted for many years. The solemnity and tension at the funeral also reflected the conflicts that had existed for many years in Ace's career. It was this combination of talent, assertiveness, and outspokenness that created both admiration and lasting controversy, setting the stage for the rest of his career, from his artistic decisions to his public disagreements with his bandmates and colleagues. Controversies and career feud. Ace Frehley has faced a number of long-standing conflicts throughout his musical career, beginning in his early years with Kiss. His relationship with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley was marked by conflicts over rights tours and artistic decisions. At times, decisions about albums, tour schedules, and image rights created public tensions between the members, but also highlighted Ace's independent and outspoken style. Simmons once said Ace always did things his own way, and that created both strength and tension in all our projects. Controversies also arose regarding his solo albums and Frehley's Comet. Ace chose to pursue a solo career alongside Kiss, deciding to manage his own albums tours and collaborate with other artists. These choices sometimes caused tension with his bandmates, especially when he turned down some Kiss tours and events to focus on his own projects. Peter Criss once emphasized, Ace had a clear vision for his music. He didn't give in to anyone. That sometimes created conflict, but it was also the reason why his music was special. The conflict between Ace and his bandmates was also reflected in reunions. During Kiss's reunion tours, Ace's reappearance with Criss and Stanley created certain tensions over performing roles and financial benefits. Each reunion tour was accompanied by difficult decisions about set lists, performance times, and profit distribution. These issues were noted in many interviews and autobiographies of the members, emphasizing the complexity of the long-term relationship. Simmons once said, "We had our disagreements, but we always respected Ace's talent." The public controversy also included accusations of racism within the band, with Paul Stanley making comments about Ace and Chris's behavior in certain situations. Ace responded that he always maintained an honest and independent stance, emphasizing that all decisions were based on personal and musical opinions. These incidents are well documented and have become part of the story of Ace's career and character. In addition to conflicts with his bandmates, Ace also faced pressure from music contracts, managers, and record companies. His initial decision to leave Kiss, as well as turning down several tours and contracts, was a testament to his ability to take control of his career and protect his creative rights. Larry Libman, his longtime manager, described it this way: Ace always wanted to do music his own way. It created a lot of conflict, but it also showed that he was a man who stood by his own style and principles. These choices marked a clear departure from the rest of the band, while also asserting his independence throughout his career. The relationship with fans also became a point of tension when Ace decided to change his performance style from Kiss to a solo project. This decision sometimes surprised fans, but also reinforced the image of Ace as an artist, pursuing creative freedom. His solo career was built on these principles, creating both success and inevitable controversy in the rock community. Ace's honest, straightforward style has always been a key factor in creating controversy, while also creating a special appeal for his music. Maintaining creative freedom in music comes with health challenges, as the body and mind are burdened with a tight schedule and the pressure of performing. These stresses laid the foundation for medical events in his later years, which were directly related to his ability to maintain his performance and influenced all of Ace's final career decisions. Health struggles and final challenges. Ace Frehley faced serious health issues in his later years, starting with personal events and accidents that directly affected his ability to perform. He had struggled with alcohol and drug addiction in the past, but had successfully overcome his addictions and maintained a stable lifestyle for many years. His self-management of his health was demonstrated through treatment programs and medical support, which laid the foundation for his final musical endeavors. In September 2025, Ace suffered an accident at the studio, resulting in a brain hemorrhage and requiring life support. This event forced him to cancel all of his fall-winter tours scheduled for that year. Manager Larry Libman confirmed that all tour and performance decisions were made based on health conditions and medical needs. These developments directly affected Ace's work schedule, album release, and any final performance plans. During his recovery, Ace maintained contact with collaborators and production teams to complete unfinished music projects. The album 10,000 Volts was released in 2024 and received great attention. Ace participated in interviews with music magazines, emphasizing that his solo career and personal music were the most important and expressing his determination to continue creating even as his health declined. He once said of this project, "Music is what gets me through everything. Each record is the last of me." Ace's family, including daughter Monique, always monitored and supported the treatment process. The care and concern from his family helped him maintain his spirit and will during the difficult time. Monique described this process as part of a personal and artistic journey, emphasizing that Ace's health and his music career always went hand in hand and influenced each other. Colleagues in the industry, including Peter Criss and other members of KISS, recognized Ace's efforts to maintain music, but his health problems. Peter Criss said Ace never gave up on music. Even when things were difficult, he still found a way to finish projects, finish records. That proves his will and passion. This comment reflects Ace's steadfast and professional attitude throughout the process of facing health events. Managers and associates emphasized that the decision to cancel tours and limit performances was necessary to protect Ace's life and creativity. All activities were carried out in accordance with medical recommendations while maintaining his commitment to his musical projects. Larry Libman said Ace always put music first. His health directly affected his ability to work, but he did not abandon his artistic responsibilities. Ace passed away on October 16, 2025 in Morristown, New Jersey, after a period of intensive medical treatment and care. Experts and associates confirmed that the cause of death was a cerebral hemorrhage which occurred after an accident at the studio. All medical decisions tours and management of his musical projects in the final stages of his life were made in close coordination between Ace, his family, and his management. This event marked the end of his active career, but also affirmed the value of the musical legacy he had created. The final stages of his life also reflected the connection between health events, artistic decisions, and how Ace chose to maintain his solo career. Every effort to complete albums, maintain schedules, and manage tours relied on his ability to perform during a time of declining health. These developments highlight the personal determination, resilience, and loyalty to music, which serves as a foundation for continuing to look at the development of his solo career and the artistic decisions that shaped Ace Frehley's reputation in his final years. Solo career and artistic decisions. Ace Frehley built a solo career alongside his role as lead guitarist for KISS, creating musical projects that were strongly personal. He formed Frehley's Comet in the mid-1980s, releasing albums with a distinctive rock style and demonstrating his ability to write and perform independently. The decision to develop his own project was an important step in asserting his artistic identity, but also created challenges in his relationship with his bandmates. Ace once said of his solo career, "Every album I make is my own, no one else decides for me." Ace's solo albums have been a huge success, from Ace Frehley's hit New York Groove to later projects like Origins Vol. Au, One Spaceman and 10,000 Volts. Each showcases a combination of guitar virtuosity and a unique personal style that has helped him maintain a distinct position in the rock community. This style has also contributed to a complicated relationship with his bandmates, as Ace has chosen to focus on his own projects, rather than on tours or KISS's overall activities. Ace's solo tours have also reflected his artistic decisions and career strategy, choosing venues, set lists, and performance formats that fit his personal brand regardless of the demands of his former band. These choices underscore his desire to have complete control over his projects, ensuring that every piece of music and performance reflects his personal vision. Peter Criss once commented on this, Ace always wanted his music and performance to be his own. That sometimes created conflict, but it also helped him maintain his own style. Ace also actively collaborated with other artists on solo projects, creating a rich and diverse sound. He worked with producers to complete albums and made creative decisions from song selection to mixing and recording. This initiative demonstrates his commitment to quality music and his ability to control his career independently. Manager Larry Libman said, "Ace makes all the decisions in his music. He knows what he wants and is willing to take responsibility for all the results." The artistic decisions in his solo career also demonstrate his determination in his image and personal brand. The spaceman persona still appears in tours and music products, but Ace controls how it is used, combining it with his own performance style and music. This is a testament to the strategy of maintaining his identity while creating a unique appeal for solo projects, different from the collective activities of KISS. The decision to focus on a solo career also affects his performance schedule, album releases, and relationship with fans. Ace prioritizes projects that truly reflect his personality and music, leading to him sometimes refusing KISS events or tours. This strengthens his position as an independent artist, while also affirming his perception of personal creative value. Ace once emphasized, "I want everything I do to be true to my music and emotions. People may not agree, but that is how I survive." The album 10,000 Volts and the tours near the end of his life are clear evidence of Ace's vision and artistic decisions. He maintained a style of integrity control over his music and performed to his own standards. Peter Criss assessed Ace always stood by his principles, not giving in to pressure from anyone. That shaped his music and his career, especially in his later years. These choices helped Ace maintain his identity, while also creating a foundation for evaluating the entire musical journey and relationships within KISS. Every project, album, and tour represents a combination of technique, emotion, and personal style, and directly impacted relationships with bandmates, managers, and family. These decisions also create a context for examining Ace's origins and personal life, laying the foundation for looking back at the entire journey from his childhood family and the elements that shaped him. Personal life and origins. Paul Daniel Ace Frehley was born on April 27, 1951, in the Bronx, New York, the youngest of 4 children, to a teacher father and a homemaker mother. His family had German and Norwegian roots, and his early life had a direct impact on Ace's independent and assertive personality. From an early age, he showed a special interest in music, especially guitar, and nurtured this passion alongside his studies. These early influences laid the foundation for both his musical style and his future personal decisions. Ace married Jeanette Treratola in 1976 and had one daughter, Monique Frehley, born in 1979. The marriage lasted for many years through ups and downs related to his musical career and personal problems. Ace's relationship with his family has always existed alongside his tour schedule and solo projects, and has formed an important part of his spiritual life. After his divorce in 2001, Ace has maintained a close relationship with his daughter and other important relationships, including his engagement to Rachel Gordon in 2008-2009, and several other public relationships. Ace's lifestyle and personality have always reflected his independence and determination. He has admitted that music is the center of his life and influences all his personal decisions. His long career with KISS and his solo projects has required Ace to balance his family responsibilities with his professional passion. Monique has shared that his father's music career has been a driving force, but has also created its own challenges in family life. Ace faced many personal struggles throughout his life, including alcohol and drug addiction, but overcame them with determination and support from his family, and rehabilitation programs. Maintaining sobriety helped stabilize his personal life and facilitate his later musical projects. Ace has emphasized that his mental and physical health are closely related to his ability to create and maintain his artistic style. Relationships with bandmates and managers also affected Ace's personal life. The coordination of work sometimes conflicted with his need for privacy, but at the same time helped him understand the value of long-term relationships. Larry Libman, his longtime manager, commented, "Ace knew what he wanted and always arranged his personal life to fit his work. This was not easy, but it was an important part of how he managed his career." Personal decisions also affected the passing on of his musical legacy. Ace has chosen to retain control of his album's tours and artwork while maintaining the spaceman persona as part of his identity. These choices reflect his independent thinking from a young age combined with discipline and a lifelong commitment to music. Monique describes her father as someone who is straightforward, opinionated, and willing to take on challenges. Outside of his family, Ace has contributed to the community through charitable events supporting music education and health. He has performed for veterans and participated in anti-addiction activities. These actions demonstrate the social concern that accompanies his music career and reflect the personal values and direction he has pursued throughout his life. Ace once said, "Music is part of me, but responsibility to the community is also part of me." His rise from a boy in the Bronx to a global rock star represents a combination of talent, character, and personal decisions. Family relationships and a commitment to music shaped the Ace Frehley of tours, solo albums, and a musical legacy that spanned decades. All of these elements form a complete picture of his life, preparing for a synthesis of Ace's life events, artistic decisions, and influences throughout his career. Thank you for following Ace Frehley's life, career, and music journey from the events controversies to his independent decisions and the legacy he left behind. If you found this video interesting and informative, please like to let us know you care. Share it with your friends to spread Ace's story and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next exciting music stories. Don't forget to leave a comment below about which Ace moment or album impressed you the most. We'd love to hear your opinion. Let's keep the spaceman's memory alive through his music and the real-life stories he created.